So a lot of us are on board now when it comes to renting someone else's home while on vacation. But in today's Tech Check, Desert News columnist Amy Iverson says don't stop there. Rental websites and apps can make it easy to use other people's toys, tools, and even swimming pools for a fee, of course. Great to see you, Amy. I'm so excited about this. And you say you have discovered this new world you didn't even know existed.
Yes, I know that you can rent things, but I've done it from major companies. I didn't think about renting smaller items just from your neighbor or the person down the street, but it is a whole new world once you look into it.
You have 4 slices of life. I love how you've broken this out, where you say renting is ideal. Let's start with the fun ride that you took this morning.
Yes, so I rented this little moped, and I just thought how fun this would be either on vacation or just at your house when you just want something a little different. So I rented this moped. Is that you? That is me, just tooling around. I grabbed my friend because I'm like, let's just try this moped. But this is an app called Utilize. It's spelled a little weird, and we'll put how it's spelled up on the screen. But this was a 14-year-old girl who came up with the idea. The 14-year-old daughter of these co-founders who said, you know, like when we were on vacation, we needed a skateboard or we needed this or that. And so these Utahns invented this app, Utilize, where you can go on there and rent virtually anything you can think of. I was astounded at the options, and they make it safe by verifying everyone's identity with your driver's license, with a lot of other things. And then they will, if you are going to rent something, they guarantee it for up to $2,000, just in case something happens.
Oh my goodness. So it's an app, and you say just playing around on the app will open your mind to all of these options.
Yes, I'm like, oh, I could rent that. I could rent this. Oh, I could rent this. And you can look on a map to see where they are. So you see, oh, they're just down the road, or they're on my way to work. I can pick this up. And then you get paid via PayPal if you're the one renting. Utilize does take 20%. So if I was gonna rent you a vacuum for 20 bucks, I would get $18. You would pay $22. They take that little extra cut off.
Okay, but people have their own accounts and they're posting their own items.
Yes, and it was so easy to communicate through the app. It felt totally safe. And then I just met her at the 7-Eleven to get her moped and have a little fun. How fun would that be on vacation?
Such a blast. I'm so excited to just kind of noodle around this website and see what comes up. The next little slice of life you say rentals can be useful in is to try something before you buy it.
Yes, we do this with our cars, right? We take them on test drives. Why not do that with a drone, a projector, something you're thinking of buying your husband for Father's Day? And so I like this. I also used Utilize for just a second for this. I brought my little example of the power washer I rented from someone because I kind of wanted a power washer, didn't know if I would really use it.
Yeah.
I did, I loved it. But KSL Classifieds is getting into the game of rentals. And so this is something, they're giving more options. So you have been able for a while to put something as a rental on KSL Classifieds.
Okay.
But now they're giving people who are renting out things a lot more features. So you can set a calendar, you can set your rate, you can do blackout days on those calendars, just making it much more user-friendly for the renter and also for the owner.
Again, I'm just thinking of all the big things we rent, from RVs to every year we go to Newport and I rent baby equipment or cribs. You boil that down to these smaller items like a power washer or like, I'm thinking we bought a cotton candy machine a couple years ago. We've used it 3 times. Maybe we should rent it to be more economical. There's just little options that you wouldn't think of.
Yes, and KSL Classifieds is free for a limited time, but as you know, if you've ever bought something on there, you can communicate right through the app so it feels safer. You don't have to give out your personal information. But I just think it's going to be huge, and I think it will dominate, and I think it's just something we should all think about. We have these garages full of things that we don't use very often.
That we could make some cash off and someone else could utilize. Another category for special events, and we tested this out. We rented a swimming pool.
Yes, we did a little Studio 5 staff party with some kids and rented a swimming pool. I didn't know this was an option. People were like, oh, that feels a little weird. But think about the first time you rented someone's home. Maybe you were like, okay, I don't know if I feel good about this. But now we all do it. We all love Airbnb and VRBO. We rented this swimming pool in Bountiful. It was jaw-droppingly gorgeous.
Look at that.
And it had a hot tub, and it had a trampoline, and it had all these fun things. How fun for a family party, a birthday party, and you don't have the maintenance. Something new that Swimply, that is the name of this app, is doing. Swimply now just added all these new features. And so you can now also rent basketball courts, people's pickleball courts, people's tennis courts, even someone's just backyard in general. You can rent that, and again, it's easily accessible to see on a map where do I want to do it, how expensive is it. You can do it by the hour.
You rent it by the hour. What was the range for pools, for example?
I saw them as low as like $30 an hour. We paid $90 for that one, but I thought well worth it if you were going to rent out your local rec center. Why not do this and have it all to yourself?
For a family party to rent out a pool for $70, $80 an hour, that would be so
Exactly.
fun. All right, finally, you recommend renting things that you'll need only once in a while. The
Yes.
cotton candy machine would fit into this category.
Indeed, and you could use any of these apps that I've talked to you about, but one thing that hit me that I want people to think about, Utah State's extension in Summit County sent me an email a while ago. They will rent out everything like crock pots, dehydrators, things for your kitchen, $3 a week.
Oh my gosh.
So I think there's all these places who are renting things that you're not even aware of, that you could try it out and save yourself a ton of money, or be the one who rents out your stuff and make some cash.
This is eye-opening and so much fun to consider. You'll write up all the details in your column.
Yes, so if you want the links and everything, Deseret.com/Amy.
All right, we'll head there now. Thank you so much, Amy.
Thanks,
We
Brooke.
appreciate it. And that swimming party my kids are still talking
It
about.
was fun.
So thank you for that.